Namaste and good morning, everyone. Let's do some prayers before our class. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhurbhavasvaha, Tatsavitra Varenayam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Asto ma sadgamya, tamso ma jyotirgamya, mrityurma amritam gamya. Om Sahna Vavatu Sahna Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, if you have the books, Shri Guru Gita, you can open it. Last Thursday we ended the class with verse number 40. And as you all know, this is a conversation between Lord Shiva and Mata Parvati. Because she asked that question, who is the greatest on this earth? So in verse number 40, he says, the stream of Shakti from the Guru's lotus feet removes all obstacles, lights the flame of knowledge, and takes one across the ocean of sansara, the endless cycle of birth, decay, death, and rebirth. Because that is our ultimate goal. Because every time we come over here, what happens? Pain, pain, and more pain. As we know, the birth is painful, growth is painful, old age is painful, and ultimately death is painful. So we want to go back to our origin. And who can take us there? The Guru Shakti, according to Lord Shiva. What's that? Guru Shakti. You remember verse number, let me see, what was that one? One of the verse which we looked at last week, it was verse number 26. Very clearly, Lord Shiva is saying, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Dhyan Moolam Guru Murti, Puja Moolam Guru Padam, Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Okay, so the same thing he is saying over here. Guru gives that flame of knowledge, takes us across the ocean of sansar, the endless cycle of birth, decay, death, and rebirth. That's why Guru is the most important person. Why person? Because Guru can teach only when Guru is in a body. Otherwise, knowledge is everywhere. But Guru teaches us. Guru takes us across. So this is where we ended our last week's class, and let's look at verse number 41. Agyan mool haranam janam karam nivaaranam Gyan vairaagya siddyartham Guru paado pibet. Bow to the Guru's feet and imbibe his essence. Okay, it's not the physical feet we are touching, but we are trying to get in touch with the essence of Guru by bending down. And bending down really means surrendering. Thus you will attain knowledge and detachment. Detachment. Gyan, vairaagya, siddyartham. Where are we detaching from? From this Maya, from this materialistic world. So thus you will attain knowledge and detachment. The karams which are at the root of your ignorance. will be destroyed, and the cycle of rebirth will be brought to an end. You remember we learned about the Hriday Granthi, the knots of the heart? And one of the knot is the action, the karam. You remember agyan, karam? Remember that? So higher the agyan or avidya, more the karam. So that's what he says, the karams which are at the root of your ignorance. And ignorance really means ignorant about your true nature. We have forgotten who we are. And we keep on doing more and more karam. Like we think that we are doing the karam because we have forgotten that we are, the essence of us doesn't do any karam. Only the Prakriti does. Mouth speaks, hands work, feet walk. Atma doesn't do any karam because we have forgotten that. That is the agyan. And Guru teaches us this knowledge. And with this knowledge, he says, the cycle of rebirth will be brought to an end. Janma maran nivaaranam. And who takes us there? The Guru does. Verse number 42. Shrinaatha dvandvam yasyaam dishi viraajate. Tasyai dishe kuryaad bhaktyaa prati dinam priya. Tasyai dishe sattam anjali resh arye prakshipyate mukrito madhur per budheshch jagrati yatra bhagwan Guru Chakravarti Vishvodye Pralyanar Nitya Sakshi. Oh beloved, and beloved is Parvati ji. Oh beloved, bow down in the direction of the Guru's feet with devotion every day. Oh noble one, the wise and the learned always offer handfuls of fragrant flowers over which bumblebees hover, humming to the directions in which resides the Supreme Guru, who is witness to the eternal play of the creation and the dissolution of the universe. Lot is said in this verse. Here Bhagavan Shankar is saying that one should bow down to the feet of the Guru. We often wonder that if our Guru is not in front of us, how do we bow down? Bow down to the feet of the Guru in that direction where Guru is. So that really means just keep the Guru in your mind and bow down. So to bow down to the feet of the Guru is just not because everybody is falling down. I shall also bow down. No, bow down with reverence, he says, and love. And it doesn't matter where you are. If you have in your mind the intention of bowing down to the Master's feet, from each corner of the world, wherever you are, the Guru is connected with you. Guru is not far. Guru is closer than anything else. Because Guru is not bound by time or space. The masters are above time and space. He is seated deep inside the core of your heart. And if you perceive Guru seated in the core of your heart, you will see that wherever you are, the Guru is with you. Here Lord Shiva is instructing us to not just perceive it, but to bow down to the feet of the Master. Don't feel ashamed. Because it is only by showing the respect to the Guru, by showing that you are willing to surrender, then you will get the blessings. He says, O noble one, the wise and the learned always offer handfuls of fragrant flowers over which bumblebees hover humming. So over here he is addressing Goddess Parvati as the noble one, because she has all the noble qualities inside of her. She is the mother of the universe, and she possesses all the divine qualities. That's why Lord Shiva is calling her noble one. And the reference to the wise and the learned doesn't only stand for what one reads or learns in the books, but over here he means the true wisdom, which you feel inside your heart. And he said that the ones who are surrendered to the feet of the Guru, they are wise indeed. They know where they stand. And he also says, always offer handfuls of fragrant flowers over which bumblebees hover over, which means when the bees see a flower and they recognize the nectar inside that flower, can you imagine the joy the bee feels? It feels ecstasy, very joyful. So here he is saying that as the bee is in joy, hovering over the flowers, perceiving the nectar inside, you should be the same, finding in the Guru. That nectar, that Amrit resides in the Guru, in Guru's words. And you should drink joyfully as the bee enjoys the nectar from the flower. This is what he means. Jagrati yatra bhagwan guru chakravarti. He says that you should offer handfuls of flowers turning towards the Guru. In your altar, if you have a Guru's picture, offer the flowers. Guru receives them. Guru accepts those flowers. He is a witness to the creation and dissolution of this universe. Sustainer the universe also. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. We sing that all the time. This means that you should turn inwardly, looking at the master inside of your heart. Offer the gratitude, the flower of gratitude actually, to him. Offer the flower of loyalty to him. Offer the flowers of truthfulness to him. Offer the flowers of surrender to him. Offer the flowers of love to him. Offer the flowers of dedication to him. That's what a true Shishya does. Vande Guru Pad Dvandvam Vangam Manasah Chitah Gocharam Shvet Rakt Prabhinam Shiv Shakti Iti Atmakam Param. This is verse number 43. Salutations to the lotus feet of the Guru. Vande Guru Pad Dvandvam. Salutations to the lotus feet of the Guru, which are invested with the white and red lasya. Shvet Rakt Prabha. Representing Shiv and Shakti. My speech and mind, Vang Man. My speech and mind focus on the contemplation of this divine mystery. So here Lord Shiva is saying that the Guru has both qualities. white and red. White stands for the calmness, and the red stands for fire, anger. My own Gurudev Ji used to say that Gurus, on one hand, he has a grace, the kripa. On the other hand, he should have a danda to keep us straight. So this is white and red means over here. The strictness of the Guru. So Lord Shiv is explaining that the Guru has both the qualities of Shiv and Shakti inside of him. But he is above them. He stands over them. Even if sometimes he has to utilize these qualities to teach the disciples. So he uses these, but he has a full control. So that means he has a full control over his calmness, and he has a full control over his anger also. Both are in his control. He is above them. Shiv Shakti Atmakam Param. We bow down to this Guru. Verse number 44. Yat paad renu kanikaha kapi sansar varidhe setu bandhyayate natham deshikam tam upasmahe sapt sagar paryant तीरथ स्नान आदिकम फलम गुरोर अंग्रिहि पयो बिंदु सहस्र अंशे न दुर्लभमे. Even a few particles of dust from my Guru's feet are enough to build a bridge for me to cross over the vast ocean of samsara. Renu kanikaha, yat pad renu kanikaha. The dust, a few particles of dust from the feet of my Guru. Even 1,000th part of a single drop of water that has touched the Guru's feet equals the boon of bathing in all of the holy waters across the 7 seas. To the Guru I bow. Sapt sagar paryant tirath sanan adikam phalam. So that's why they say that the only tirath sthana for a Guru, so Shishya, is where Guru is. That is the Mahatirath. I worship the Supreme Guru. Here the Supreme Guru is Narayana himself actually. There is no difference between Narayan and the Guru, according to Lord Shiva. Bhagavan Shankar is saying that he worships the Supreme Guru, who is Brahma, Vishnu, and Dishe. He worships the ultimate Guru, who is Shri Narayana. And in this verse, he says that the Guru himself is Narayana. The single particle of the dust of whose feet forms a bridge to cross the ocean of family and the world. There are verses in other scriptures like that also. Similar verses, I'm sure they're familiar with them. In this verse, Lord Shiva is saying, explaining that single particle of the dust of the feet of the Guru is the bridge between this world and the divine. Because we are immersed in this world, the manifested, the material world, and we need to cross over. He says, in order to cross over, one little particle of the dust is enough. Because it creates a bridge for someone to cross over the attachments to the family, attachment to the world, Because he knows that people are extremely attached to the family and the world. We keep on creating the attachments. We keep on binding ourselves to so many things, so many people. Due to this attachment, we become miserable and unhappy. So over here, he said that one who finds the shelter at the feet of the Guru, the dust of the feet of the Guru becomes the bridge to liberation. One is freed from attachment to the family and to the world. Once we get attached to the feet of the Guru. Yat paad renu kanikahaka api sansar bhare. Verse number 45. Sarvashruti shiro ratana virajit pad ambujaha vedant ambuj suryaho yas tasmai Shri Guruve namaha. Salutations to the Guru, whose lotus feet are bedecked with the crest jewels of the Vedas. And what are the crest jewels of Vedas? Those Mahavakyas. Those are the grand proclamations. He is the sun whose light opens up the lotus of Vedanta. Vedant ambuj suryo. Vedanta is what? The Upanishads, the end of the Vedas. After all the Karam Kands and the Upasana Kand comes the Gyan Kand, which is Vedanta. So salutations to the Guru, whose lotus feet are bedecked with the crest jewels of the Vedas. So over here, Bhagavan Shankar is saying that Narayan always has the chest jewel of him. And what is that chest jewel? Kostumba. That is the essence of the Vedas. That is like a money, the gem. The Guru's feet are like this chest jewel, which has the essence of the Vedas in itself, and which is ready to be poured out upon the disciples when they are ready. So Guru has that. Guru has that nectar. Guru has those gems, but we have to be ready to receive them. The Guru is the sun whose light opens up the lotus of Vedanta. So here he said that the feet of the master is the light which opens up the lotus. We all know that the lotus always stays closed at night. By the evening it closes, but with the first rays of the sun, the lotus starts to open up. Have you ever seen that? The lotus always opens up when the first rays of the sun shine upon it. But before that, it doesn't. It stays always closed. And over here, Bhagavan Shankar is saying that until the grace of the Guru is poured upon the disciple is always closed in ignorance. It's like a closed-minded. It hasn't opened yet. Only with the Guru's grace or Guru's teachings, this will open up. So when the light of the grace is poured upon the disciple, what happens to disciple? It rises above the duality. If a Guru only teaches one to be into the duality, then he is a teacher. But the Guru who can reveal how to rise above the duality of things, that is a true Guru. Who can give the grace to go beyond the duality of the mind. We learned about these dualities in the Upanishads also, and in Bhagavad Gita also. It's not just about finding outside happiness. You have to learn how to aim for a higher happiness, the inner happiness, the true happiness, not just a momentary happiness, not a happiness which just based upon or linked to this matter, the material world. Today you're happy, next moment you're not. Not that happiness. So eternal happiness is talking about. Verse number 46. पाद अम्बजम सर्व संसार दावानल विनाशकम ब्रह्म रंध्रे सित अम्भोज मध्यस्थम चंद्र मंडले. The Guru's lotus feet extinguish the raging fires of worldly existence in the center of the 1,000-petaled lotus situated in Brahmarandra, on the crown of the head. So, Pad Ambajam Sarv Sansar Davanal. See, Davanal is that fire, raging fire of the worldly existence. So the Guru's lotus feet extinguish the raging fires of worldly existence. Here he is saying that desires are like fire actually. Yesterday we were talking about desires. They are like fires. Because one desire always leads to another desire. If they get fulfilled, you fulfill one desire, before you know, you'll have 2 more desires. And if they don't get fulfilled for certain reason, then there's an anger. Anger at something or somebody who is stopping you to get what you want. So this is the fire he's talking about. There is a story I would like to share with you, which really takes our attention to from one desire, how the next desire erupts. Because sometimes from our life we may not learn, but from somebody else's in the form of the story, it really sticks with us. Once there was a disciple. He lived with his guru for some time in the ashram. But then one day he told his guru that I would like to go and have my own hermitage. And gurus never stop anybody. He left the ashram of his guru and built a small hut. He had to look after himself because in the ashram there are a lot of people, a lot of disciples, but over there he was by himself. He started to have his body, mind, and consciousness only focusing on the outside then. How to protect myself, how to take care of myself. He had 2 dhotis. Every day he used to change his dhoti. He washed the dirty one and put it for drying on a stone. One day he noticed that there were some holes in the dhoti. Ashrams are in the wilderness, so there must be some mice who had eaten part of his dhoti. So he was thinking, this is bad. My dhoti has holes in it. So to save his dhoti further, he said, because the mice have eaten my clothes, I have to get a cat. As we know that cats can have the mice run away. He got a cat, and of course, to keep a cat, you have to feed it. So he got a cow to get milk for the cat. To keep the cow, he needed a stable. He built a stable. To feed the cow, he had to get hay. So he had a little farm. And from his hut, he started building a little house. To look after the cow, the farm, and the house, he needed a wife. So he got a wife. To feed the wife, he had to go and look for work. After 1 year, the guru passed by and was inquiring that I had a disciple living here in a hut. Has anyone seen him? The guru was asking the disciple himself, actually. The disciple had a long beard and was a terrible state. Of course, the disciple was ashamed to reveal himself. Then he said, Gurudev, it is me. The guru nearly fainted. He could not recognize his disciple. Then the guru said, what happened to you, my dear? Then the disciple said, this was all due to a piece of cloth. Just to save a piece of his cloth, he fell into this ignorance. So the grace of the guru destroys the ignorance for the one who is fully surrendered. For the one whose only one desire is Guru Seva, nothing else. Whereas the disciple of this last story, just for a piece of his clothes, he went through the raging fires of worldly existence to the extreme. If he would have surrendered to the Guru truly, if he would have stayed with the Guru, then Paad Ambajam Sarv Sansar would not have attached to him. He would be free. So that's what Bhagavan Shankar is saying, that the Guru's feet extinguish the raging fires of the worldly existence. In the center of the 1,000-petaled lotus, there is situated the moon circle, which is called a Brahma Rantra, which is this Hersh in the middle of it. The bindu itself is the Guru. Here Bhagavan Shankar is explaining to Devi Parvati that in the chakra, you have the 1,000-petaled lotus, but the bindu, which is the middle point, the center is the Guru himself. Madhyastham Chandra Mandale. See, Brahmarandre Sitamboj Madhyastham Chandra Mandale. We got to learn to visualize the Guru right there. Verse number 47. Kathadi Tri Rekha Bajhe Sasra Dal Mandale Hans Parshav Trikonech Samret Madhyagam Gurum. In the center of the triangle with the points A, Ka, and Tha, with the Hansaha situated close to it, the Guru resides. So these are like a certain sounds of the mantra he's talking about. He says, always remember him. Always remember him. So it's like a mandala of the Guru is the triangle A, Ka, and Tha, which is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And in the middle is where the Guru resides. And the Hamsaha, symbolizing knowledge, is situated at his side, which is Parvati. So in the middle of the triangle, the Bindu is the Guru. Always remember him in that way. The Guru is the center of all. So this is what he is trying to tell us. If you are familiar with this terminology, you will understand how to meditate on that. Prataha shirsihi shuklabje dvinetram dvibhujam gurum Varabhayayutam shantam samretam nam purvakam. In the early morning, call on the Guru. Prata. Sometimes we wonder what time we should connect with the Guru. Prata. In the early morning, call on the Guru and meditate on the peace within his two eyes. See him seated in the white lotus of the Tasyai with the two arms, granting wounds and fearlessness. Varabhaya yutam shantam samretam nam purva. So Lord Shiva is telling us early in the morning, meditate on the Guru's form. Verse number 49. Angushta matra purusham dhyaya yataschah chinmayam hridi tatra sufurti bhavo yashrunetam kathya aham. Now I shall speak to you of the inner state, which arises when one meditates on the thumb-sized consciousness, being dwelling in the heart. So here Bhagavan Shankar is saying that even if your meditation is just that much, on the Guru, even if you meditate just a tiny bit, see, Angusht Matra over here really means even if you do a little bit of meditation, every day on the Guru, on that conscious being dwelling in the heart. So that means the Guru's form inside your heart. He said, I shall reveal to you the importance of those few seconds of meditation. He said, drop your mind into your heart and meditate on the Guru inside of your heart. Let's do one more verse. हृद अंबुजे कर्णिक मध्य संसथे सिंहासने समस्थित दिव्य मूर्तिम ध्यायेद गुरुम चंद्रकला प्रकाशम चित पुस्त काभिष्ट वरम दधानम. Meditate on the divine form of the Guru, who is seated on the throne in the center of the heart lotus, who shines like the moon, who bestows the desired boon and throws upon the book of consciousness. The Guru is the center of the heart chakra. Heart chakra is what? The Anhat chakra. And it is through his grace that when one's heart is open, one feels calmness inside oneself. Because whenever we are agitated, angry, we feel the throbbing of the heart. So Guru brings the calmness into our heart. This is the state which happens with the grace of the Guru. The Guru himself fulfills the wishes of his bhagat. So Lord Shiva himself says, the Guru gives everything to his disciple. And who's the disciple? Who are fully surrendered to him. So as disciples, we got to surrender. Guru is always ready to bless us. Sometimes we think, no, we will surrender only when he blesses us. That's not how it works. It's almost like if you enroll into some school, you say, no, give me the certificate first, then I will study. No, you have to study first. You got to learn first, pass the exam, then you'll have the certificate. Over here, surrender. Again and again, Lord Shiva is telling us, as a disciple, we got to learn how to surrender first. And in order to surrender, this meditation. Do what Guru says. And this is what this great Guru is telling us. So meditate on the divine form of the Guru who is seated on the throne in the center of the heart lotus, who shines like the moon, who bestows the desired boon. So boons will have, kripa we will have, but we have to do our part. We'll start with verse number 51 next week. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaye Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much.